This is a very specific message. If you've ever succeeded in network marketing, succeeded in multi-level marketing, you made it to the top, you made 6 figures, you made 7 figures, you got the trophies, you got the awards, but you got burned out. This message is for you. And I will have a pitch in this, and it will be very upfront, because I know the last thing that you want is something that's drawn out, that's BS, that is just hype and everything. So if that's you, keep on watching. If it's not you, if you don't like MLM, you're not going to like this conversation. So this is not for everybody. But if you do appreciate network marketing, you've done well in it before as well too, but things just happen. I got to talk to you about something very specific. You might be wondering, well, who are you to talk about that? Well, network marketing changed my life. I was a 19-year broke college student. You've heard the stories, right? So I won't get all crazy with the details, but I was able to create something of significance, right? We were able to build a 6-figure plus income. We were able to build the teams. We were able to, even if you're familiar with network marketing and GoPro and everything, we got onto the stages. We were on the virtual GoPro stage as testimonials, and we know what it means to build organizations. We know what it means to be in the boardrooms. We know what it's like to talk to the owners. We know what it's like on the back end, and you know what it's like as well too. Because if you've made 6 figures, 7 figures, and you've gone and you've built those relationships, and you held the Super Saturdays, and you've done the thing, you've done the dance, and yet still got burned. I got to be real, because I get it. I've been burned as well too. There's multiple things that go on. And obviously, I'm still network marketing today. And obviously, there's something very specific. That's why I'm excited to talk to you in particular. But we know the pros of network marketing. You can do it. You've presented. You get it. Like you know that it's the average person's best way out. You know, it gives someone an opportunity for not a lot of money to be able to scale a business that can pay for the products, help their family, retire them, whatever, right? Like we know the things that network marketing is, and it's very beautiful. But you also know that what it takes sometimes to be able to achieve that success, it's not always rainbows and butterflies. Maybe there's some of you out there, and this is where I was, where you made the money, you helped your people make the money, but it was a grind. Maybe you're sick and tired of meetings. And everyone afraid you're sick and tired of doing meetings all the time. And I love people. But when your home turns to a meeting place all the time, when you're on the road all the time, when you can't spend home to have this freedom, and you're back and you're like, when am I ever going to get freedom? You're talking about freedom, but you don't get freedom. You get a little bit burned out. I've been there. Maybe that's where you were at. It wasn't worth it for you anymore. Or maybe you hustled and you built out something successful, and all of a sudden the company made a change that you were not a part of. And you're like, wow, that killed their business. I was a part of that before too. Comp plan change happened. Our income went down 90% in 1 year before we realized what happened. Maybe you're tired of politics. Maybe you've been to the top and been to the boardrooms, and you've seen your company owners and the executives talk smack, or they were judging people, or they were doing and making moves that were not ethical. And you as a partner had no idea what you could do because you're no ownership. And you thought that, man, I have a company. I thought I own my own business, but you realize that you actually are owned in the business too. I understand what that's like. One more example, maybe you did build something significant and then COVID happened. And right now there's been a big shift in network marketing, because just like with every business, there's financials, there's shifts. There have been a lot of things regulatory with network marketing, that there's extra strict regulations, which are good, but depending on the company has been shut down. They've been flagged by the government because they were doing some things that were not exactly following the rules. And maybe your company got shut down. Maybe your company ran out of money. Companies have been merged and acquired and bought out and sold. And your baby that you were building all of a sudden got jacked from you. You're like, wow, what do I do? It's heartbreaking. We went through that. I was a part of a company that went bankrupt. Fortunately, got bought out and in a much better place as well too. But I want to talk to you specifically because I know what it's like being in that place and knowing what the potential of network marketing or multi-level marketing is, but wondering, is it even worthwhile to be able to build again? What's going on, Rebecca? And if that's you, then this message is for you. Because I believe that if you find something at the right time that can solve all those problems, then it is a disservice to the world that with your skill sets and your influence, that you're not building something to help other people. Because if you made 6, 7 figures, why do you really get started in network marketing? It's not the money at all anymore, right? Like you can make money in so many different ways. When you learn the skill sets in network marketing, you can build many businesses. But it's because you want to make an impact. You want to leave a legacy for your family. You want to help your people actually succeed that really want it. But it's painful if you've been through all these loops and hoops and you see that there isn't a place and a home to properly bring people to. I want to position and I want to propose a couple of things to look for. Right. And what's up, Rebecca? And if you see those things, then I wonder if you would be open to consider something. Because personally, after being involved in the profession for over 14 years, I have not been this excited about an opportunity than ever before. Because I know the negative sides. And I know the BS that can go on in our profession. And I know the pains of losing teams and organizations, being involved in the wrong company, having wrong leadership, having the wrong products, I get it. I'm a student of the profession. You are as well too. Like you get it, right? We don't have to dance around the topics. But there's a couple of things that I think that we need to look for in a proper home. And I wonder what you think. Number one, I think you need to start from the top. And you need to make sure that wherever the owners are, the executives are, they're truly partners. Not only are you just a valuable asset to the company, but they actually look at you as partners. What if there were people that could actually look at you eye to eye, your friends, your family with them, and they actually co-partner? What if there was actually a place where they could actually give you ownership in the company, like shares in the company, actually ownership in the company from a partner to an owner? There's actually something like that. There is a company like that. So I think ownership is important. Do you align with their values? You have to know them, right? Because the beautiful thing about network marketing business is we partner with corporate where they do all the crazy stuff and we don't have to. But if that's the case, just like in a marriage, you want to make sure that they're the right fit for you. So I think the company owners are important, right? Number two, you also need to make sure that you have a company that understands that it's consumer driven. Especially now with regulatory being in the world and all the pyramid schemes of the past, people are tired of that. There's a huge importance to making sure that a company understands that the longevity of any business, including a network marketing business, is in the consumers loving the products. And not just any one product, not that one magical fruit that's going to cure cancer, which obviously we can't say that because of disclaimers and stuff, but one that understands that products truly have a product life cycle. They truly have ups and downs, just like the iPhone is evolutions and everything is evolutions, products have evolutions. You need a company as a force that's constantly evolving and innovating, that makes things at a high level, that people and consumers would honestly buy outside of the network and continue to buy as well too, but also be able to evolve with you so that when you build your organization, you can leave and you can, to Rebecca's word, you can actually leave a legacy. You need to make sure that the company actually understands that their job is to produce the best products at the highest levels that's constantly evolving and keeping up from the consumer standpoint. We're dealing with Amazon now. Amazon's our competitor, right? So number one, ownership. You need to make sure from the top, the values are there. The ownership is there. The potential is there. Number two, you need to make sure there's a product understanding that the company does their job well. Number three, you need to make sure there's a compensation plan that will reward you and your people well. There's so many comp plans out there. They're all going to say they're at the top. But what if there was that actual comp plan that paid out the highest in the industry? Actually 50% per dollar that is sold. You know what's tiring in the network marketing business if you build it for a long time? Either You realize that the amount of money that you were making was not worth the effort because of how the comp plan is skewed. Or I think even more painful is when you realize that you can make a lot of money, but because of how the compensation plan is, your people, it's so hard for the average person to actually make significant income if they put in the time, that they're dying off. And that's painful because you realize, or you think now, because of that experience, there's only some that can actually truly make a significant income, where in reality, it's just a compensation plan issue. So you need to find a compensation plan that is well rewarding for all levels, because the longevity of your business, because that's what we want to build it, legacy and impact and longevity, you have to make sure that it's tuned a certain way, that it pays the right people the right thing. I hope that makes sense. Well, what if there's a company with a multi-patented compensation plan that pays the best, rated the best, has the long-term in mind, pays the top level, mid-level, and bottom level, pays everybody fairly? Number 4, I also believe this is important, especially now, especially post-COVID and especially post-pandemic. There has been a big shift in technology and a big shift in mind state. While you can build a business in any way and it still works, there is a very big shift of what we call old school network marketing and new school. Okay. Old school is belly to belly. And I love belly to belly. I love meetings. I love all that. But we cannot deny that technology has changed things, can we? People are used to buying on their phones now. People want to work from their phone. I remember before, I used to say I had a home-based business, and kind of, but to be honest, it was only a home-based business because I could have meetings from my home. But don't we want a business where we can actually be traveling with our family, be out at a restaurant with our family, actually run it like an e-commerce business, like what's popular these days, right? We're competing against Amazon and eBay and all these types of online businesses. Why don't we actually build a network marketing business like an online business? Affiliate marketing, drop ship, these types of things. Many companies are not tuned to do that because of their infrastructure, or their systems aren't in place to actually do that as well too. What if there were a company that actually understood those trends? What if there were a company that actually had marketing tools and systems in place where you could actually run a fully online e-commerce business? So you can actually build freedom. So you can actually run it online. So you can actually help your teammates and your partners run something online as well too. Also, the younger generation, they understand they work from their phone. The younger generation, they don't want to be in meetings all day. The younger generation, whether you like it or not, I don't know if you would agree with me, they want things fast. They want things mobile. They're looking at all the tech startups making all types of money. Like, I want to be the next Shark Tank idea, right? I want to be the next tech company. So if we're not understanding, if the company doesn't understand that trajectory, that trend, and they're not actually tuning with it, then they're missing out and they're not future-proofed. But what if there was a company that actually understood that? And the last thing was this, and I know it's cliche and you've heard it so many times before, but opportunity is about timing. Now, I don't mean a made up timing. I mean a real timing. To be a part of the next Amway, the next Herbalife, when it's not super small, but it's not big where it's not household yet. There is a legitimate thing of momentum. You've seen it in companies that go to $1 billion. There is a growth curve and a timing that if you're positioned at the right place and you build it, your efforts are compounded. We all want timing on our side, because if you've built this before, you don't want to waste time. You don't want to be involved in a company that's been around for a long time, a legacy company, because you have to work harder on your end to go against the marketing that's already out there, the reputation that's already out there. Amway, I respect, but they have a reputation. You have to rebrand yourself. You have to figure things out, right? Nothing against them. If you're a brand new company, then you have to deal with startup issues. You don't have time. You want to find a company that is healthy, that is strong, that is well vetted, but it's not big yet. It's not a household name yet. What if there were a company that's $300 million with 25 years of backing to it, with a rebranded, relaunched name that's only 2 months old, that's in 50 plus countries, that has a #1 rated comp plan in the world that no one knows about yet, that is also tuned for the times like this, where they understand online marketing, they understand the messaging, they understand the generations, and they have owners that understand what's going on, that are willing to split profits for those that truly build. If you've been involved in network marketing and you succeeded, but you've been burned because of all those things that I mentioned above, and maybe you've been wondering, is there such a place like that? Is there such a home like that? Then this message is for you. Because I was at a place where I'm like, should I really build it out again? Because you've been through the ups and the downs. You know the good, the bad, and the ugly, as there is in everything. But after vetting everything out, speaking with the owners, seeing the company history, seeing the comp plan, seeing everything that they got going on, I see it, and so many others right now are seeing it. You see top money earners leaving from other companies, companies closing down, coming to here because they're sick and tired of building something over and over and over again, not getting the reward. I know you've heard that before, again, as well too. But would it be worthwhile to consider taking a look? So if any of this resonated with you, this is James Zhang. I'm the founder of an organization called the Warrior Movement, and we're partnered with a specific company at a specific timing of things, where we're looking for the 6-figure, 7-figure leaders that have been looking for the right home for you and your people to make not only an income, but truly an impact, to be able to leave your legacy. And I know there's someone out there right now, and this may be you, that you didn't like how the last chapter closed. You didn't like how your current chapter is. You know there's something up, but you're hesitant to look at something else because there's so much BS that's out there. If that's you, and this resonated, then I'd love to have a conversation with you. Shoot me a message, fill out the form, work with Jay-Z, whatever that it is. And I'd love to connect you and have you see, ask all the questions, take a look at what's going on, talk to the founders, whatever that it is. Take a look and see if there's actually a network marketing home that could actually be your legacy for you and your people. Because I did all the checks and I'm like, checks off. And when I checked it off, I'm like, there's no choice but to really build this out. And we need your leadership in our industry, in our world that is constantly changing now. So if that does resonate with you, this message is just for you. Once again, this one's very specific, but I'm telling you, this is the time. So on that, looking forward to having a conversation. If you know someone that needs to see this as well too, share this with them. Subscribe to my YouTube for this, plus a lot of other cool content. This is an abnormal conversation, but it's important to have right now because I know there's going to be somebody out there that is seeking for this message now. All right. Other than that, looking forward to connecting further. Talk soon.